If you're a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility and your machinery isn't working right, Grainger knows you need to understand what's wrong as soon as possible. So when a conveyor motor falters, Grainger offers diagnostic tools like calibration kits and multimeters to help you identify and fix the problem. With Grainger, you can be confident you have everything you need to keep your facility running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You are listening to DC On Screen.
All right, welcome into DC On Screen. I'm your host, David C. Roberson. This is Jason Goss.
Hello.
Today we're talking about Peacemaker 205, Back to the Suture. Is that right? That's what it's called, right?
It is.
All right. So, I enjoyed this episode.
Mm-hmm. I had a great time. Most I've had so far, actually.
That might be true. That might be true for me. I'm not sure. I do continue to wonder if they did themselves a favor or if they did themselves a disservice by hyping up 6 through 8 so ardently.
Well, that remains to be seen when we see 6 through 8.
Yeah, it's just like I just feel like I feel like every episode that isn't those that aren't those episodes is just like I'm going in with like almost like pre-letdown. So I'm like, I know they're not going to do anything cool in this episode. Like, but it's not true. It is.
Well, yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I genuinely went into this episode assuming that the last, the closing minutes would do something super impactful, and it delivered.
Yeah.
Nothing that I didn't think was happening already because we've been leading to these moments, but to get right into it, yeah, Chris closing the door behind him and hopping to the other universe for a happy ending. This feels that would be like a season finale. If we were designing the show a certain way. If 6 through 8 weren't staring at us like down the barrel of a punt gun.
Yeah. I love that punt gun.
Mm-hmm.
I love that on the podcast they did where they were just laughing about like, of course Rooker knows how to use this thing.
That's where I learned the word from Rooker just then when he was describing it. I thought that was a giant ass prop too, of course, because fuck, are you serious? Look at that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought for sure a gun was like, let's make up a comically sized gun. It should be 2 Rookers long.
No, usually they use them in a tripod in a boat.
Yeah, apparently.
Or
and then I guess the boat is made to sink after firing.
Yeah. They actually I think
disposable boat.
I looked it up. I think they stopped using them because they were killing too many waterfowl.
Probably. I'm not sure Bugs Bunny would have survived that motherfucker.
It is what Gunn described as like the gun equivalent of throwing dynamite into a lake.
Yeah. It's brutal. It looks fantastic on screen with Red Saint. What?
Red Saint Wild.
Red Saint Wild. Damn it! Why do I want to throw that in? Red Saint Wild. Thank you.
Yeah. And I did pick up on what Rooker was saying on the podcast, which was that when he kills the eagle, and then all the other eagles, led by Eagly, start to take him down, and he realizes that Eagly is the prime eagle, he does show remorse, and there is redemption there. He is sorry for the entirety of his life. I agree.
Rooker completely sold me on that. I bought it. That was 100% my interpretation of the scene.
Yep. And I love that on the podcast, though, that like Gunn was like, "Oh, you didn't think he was just being a pussy?"
Yeah,
It's like no, this was him. Like,
yeah, I mean the
scene,
the contemplation before the scene was that he was just supposed to go in there and just get his ass chewed, literally, I guess. Yeah. And Rooker came away and went, no, I think this guy's going to have an actual spiritual moment here, and he wins the day. That is, as a viewer, what I came away with. Like, absolutely. To the point that I thought it was weird that they left in that he tries to stab one of the eagles. I almost thought that should have gone almost in the way Rooker played it. Mm-hmm. It almost seemed like he'd just rather them have killed him at that moment. That he was just that sorry. But I even in that moment when he stabs at the one eagle, I kind of excuse it as like a last grasp, like almost nerve endings twitching, kind of like it wasn't congruous.
It's just the survival instinct kicking in.
Yeah, but I had to excuse it because of how Rooker sold me the scene.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of redemption to some degree, fucking Flurry, dude.
Right? How cool was that?
I loved it. Because they've made the character such a joke up to this point.
Yeah, he's a cartoon.
But it kind of was like booking Chris so that there's a paper trail and Flag can't just beat him to death.
Quite literally.
And Flurry says, it's good that you did that. Like, with all earnestness. I adored it.
It was good. It was well done. And then did you see the mention of it from Meadows later in the little featurette at the end?
Yeah.
But incidentally, anyone listening who did not take the time to go back for that extra, is like 6-7 minutes or whatever, completely worth your time. I think they did 2 of those. They did kind of one after like the first episode and then one after this episode that are kind of like these little 5, 6, 7 minute featurettes after at the end.
Yeah, piece by piece is what they're called.
There we go. And I thought they were both worth it. This one definitely is. Mm-hmm. Meadows even calls out the fact that he does a quick head nod in that scene. I didn't catch it at the time. That is a cool fucking callback.
Yep. Call back to the whatever it was, second episode where we meet Langston. Second
episode, because I complained in the first episode that I hadn't seen Tim Meadows yet. So second episode.
That's
so I think it was second. But yeah, he does because he comes in and greets him. It's like, so what's your greeting? What's your favorite greeting? I don't know, like a nod, you know? And that's how we end. It's beautiful.
Yep. Now I do. I was a big fan of Meadows on the phone with Judo Master. I don't need your whole PC, the proper word for Munchkin is midget bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not how that works at all. Oh my God.
I'm kind of flipping to these scenes. So far, I'm finding them okay. It's wonderful. Again, Meadows, God, he's so good. The way he flips from kind of being engaged, he's going at him too, and then Judo Master just he does a great job describing how graphically he's going to pull that dick from his body. And just Meadows' face, man. You had to stop and laugh at that shit. He completely buys it, goes straight into like, man, it is great that they sent you for this, huh? What can I do for you? Like, the fear is real. He 100% buys that his dick will leave his body.
Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
If you've been thinking about getting serious with your money, like actually serious, now's the time. The Motley Fool is offering new members 50% off their iconic stock recommendation service, Stock Advisor. This is the same service that's crushed the market with recommendations that have returned 1,057% since inception, compared to the S&P 500's 180% over that same period. This isn't guesswork. The Motley Fool has a track record of finding companies before they become household names. So if you want to invest smarter and you like saving money while doing it, go to Fool.com/listen to claim your 50% off discount off a 1-year term of Stock Advisor. Again, that's Fool.com/listen. Returns of 1,057% are from the Motley Fool's product Stock Advisor and measured against S&P 500 returns of 180% as of July 10th, 2025. Past performance is not an indicator of future results. All investing involves a risk of loss. Individual investment results may vary.
Probably rightly so.
I don't think he's wrong. I think Judo Master would be like, whatever punishment I have coming is fine. He had that coming.
Judo Master is a scary little bastard.
He is. That's another point. The show does make you think it's going to leave people as cartoons and then tend to kind of ground them right when you're not looking or not expecting it, you know? So Judo Master, for instance, cartoonish right now, right? He's always in that little costume.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really seen him do anything. He's always eating Cheetos to the extent that I worry about him nutritionally.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't mean anything yet, other than he's just kind of this cartoon literally bouncing around and kind of doing whatever is needed of the scene. So I wonder if we're going to drop the other foot on him at some point. Do something kind of fun with him. But for now, he's just been a great foil for whoever the fuck he's in the room with.
He's going to the other universe.
Yeah. I was excited that it was him too.
May or may not be incredibly kind to his kind.
Yeah. Yeah. I am. By the way, and this is fun too, if anyone's tracking or cares. A couple episodes ago, I was very sure. Like I think I said it makes sense, and like all the pieces are in place, but I absolutely don't think that they're going to do an Earth X. And with every creeping hour, I feel less and less confident about that.
You should.
Just clocking my lack of resolve as it goes away.
I don't remember if we talked about this on the show. I saw some breakdown that was pointing out that like the ashtrays you see in the mansion, like where the little like notches are for the cigarettes to go, it makes a swastika.
Oh, well, I'll go look at that. That'll be good.
And the I think someone pointed out like the alternate universe Harcourt and Blue, whatever his name is, like, you know, Robert Patrick and his brother, the dance they're doing kind of resembles a swastika with their arms and legs, the way they're doing them.
Yeah. I'm feeling less and less good about my earlier predictions. But
I looked this time when we saw him go into the universe. There was all white people behind everybody.
Oh yeah, it is still. And what's really gnawing at me, sorry, like the part that keeps creeping up, the one I can't let go, is like on the podcast he said when they're talking about the scene where Jerry blows up. Mm-hmm. First of all, Jerry's named. The show clearly takes a beat to let him be Jerry. And like even the shrimpy guy who gets killed in the hallway, like they even let him have a moment it's funny, but it's also kind of it lets him be a person. Mm-hmm. So they let those characters be characters for a second in a way that it could just be Gunn raising the stakes on people he's about to kill because he would do that. Mm-hmm. But it's hard to forget that Jerry had a name. And then in the podcast, he kind of, for a second, he says like, oh, they all had names. Apparently all of the Sons of Liberty, I think they were called, had names. And on top of that, the part that's got to fuck with you a little bit is like Sons of Liberty these days is the kind of shit that like that would be a serious red flag. But in the history of the U.S., the Sons of Liberty were actually like a good thing for a second. So I don't really know what angle you would take with the term. Anyway, all that to say, I'm getting less and less sure that we're not going down that road. That math is hard to square.
Yeah. And
he made me want to care about those characters, and I can't get rid of it.
You know, I think at the beginning of this review, not this one, but when we started reviewing Peacemaker, and I was talking about the Sons of Liberty possibly being good guys in some capacity, and you were like, oh no, Gunn called them terrorists. Like, yeah.
He did though.
Yeah, but you can be a terrorist for good causes. Like, you could be like, their actions are not good. Do not do what these people are doing. They are terrorists. On the other hand, their cause is just.
He did, but like the way and that part's hard to square too. Yeah, but the way he said that on the podcast was like, they're terrorists. Like he said it meaning it in the most derogatory sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. But now, like, I'm watching
might be a red herring too.
I know it could. I'm watching them in the background, and like now, every time they go to the other Earth, I'm just staring at every ounce of background.
Yeah.
I'm looking at those dim cigarette or the ashtrays or whatever the fuck they are. Let's flip ahead. Like he's just flying around now. Like,
well, apparently there's no Superman.
I guess.
I mean, maybe not. I don't know. The top trio or whatever they're called, they did take down the kaiju from Superman.
They did, but that doesn't mean it's exclusive to me. Like our Superman in the what we'll call Prime now, I guess, is he doesn't have to be there for everything. He famously lets the gang do their thing in the background.
Dude, a fucking Corn Sweat shows up with an SS on his chest, I'm gonna freak.
Oh God, yeah. We'll have to go ahead and give him all the fucking awards for that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Hell, even for budgetary purposes, I'll take Crypto showing up with an SS. You can just mocap that in.
I mean, I don't know. You know, they could have built that into the budget for his, initial appearance as Superman. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. They take pay cuts to be. People take pay cuts to be in smaller projects that can't afford a big thing. You know what I mean? Like Corn Sweat, it might come out. It was like, yeah, Corn Sweat was in this episode, but like Rooker last episode, he, got paid minimum wage plus snacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just put on a different costume. We literally just stuck on like a different version of the shield, and there he is.
Right.
Like it was like a day on Superman. It took about 20 minutes or an hour or whatever.
Or even don't. Maybe even don't do that. They just do the costume and in post. You could.
You could.
Just stay completely in costume. Will you run to this other room over here for 15 minutes? I need you to stroll in the room.
Yeah.
I need you to bust in, look very mean for a second. We'll make everything work. Don't worry about it. That really is all it would take. Like if he just busted into a room, beat up like one dude, and then flew off in costume, you'd be like, cool. All right, we're in universe, and that's Nazi Superman. Got it. That's awesome.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
It would absolutely kill. So going through some timeline stuff, you get the flashback this episode was Harcourt. Their conversation. By the way, as actors, loving those two more and more every episode.
Which two?
Grillo and Holland.
Okay.
Actually, there's no one here that doesn't apply to. But I mean, genuinely, the acting this season has been fucking stellar. They're not I wouldn't know where to start looking for a weakness. But you get a little bit of the background. I loved seeing Rick Flake's funeral. Like the actual funeral, Economos kind of putting his hand on the casket, the day that they're actually mourning their friend. Mm-hmm. A very important day. But I don't know. It's hard to watch hardcore sit there in that spot.
The way you say it, very important day. It sounds like it's a fucking Frog and Toad book.
I know. Well, because in the history of the show, this is a marker moment. But
Frog and Toad mourns a friend. A very important day.
Yeah, very special episode.
Sorry, what were you saying?
This one is PG. Well, I guess it's PG till the end when she's like, "I'll fuck him up." I guess she just says, "I'll find the people responsible." But anyway, it was a big deal, and it was fun to see. I guess the origin of how much, and she does a great fucking job. God, she looks so angry, but it's fun to see like the resolve on her face, and she actually tells Grillo straight up, "I will take care of this." Mm-hmm. So in the history of Peacemaker, that was a big moment, I think. I've been ambiguous. Her relationship with Chris at any given time, I wasn't sure what understanding she had of the murder or what her intentions were around it. But my understanding now is that regardless of whatever happened and who was responsible, she did say to that man, "I will kill this dude for you."
Yeah. Yeah. She's known the whole time. And Gunn has known the whole time that she knew the whole time.
Yeah. And then now we see when Grillo's looking at the picture of the 11th Street kids in the previous episode, when he's, how hurtful that must have been to even see that picture for him.
Yeah. There's like a twinge of betrayal. Yeah. It was a twinge of what the words that came to mind. I know that they're problematic, but the words that came to mind is she's gone native. You know what I mean? Like she's turned her back on me because she has become sympathetic with him. Yeah.
She's brainwashed in some capacity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was, for him, it really is a deep betrayal. That was the last bit of whatever Ricky? No. What does she call him?
General.
No, he's supposed to be Rick. No, he's Rick and his boy's Ricky. Is that it? They were calling
he calls Rick Jr. Ricky.
Ricky? All right. I was just trying to use the name he used. But anyway, I forgot where I was going with that entirely. The name threw me entirely. Oh. It'll come back one day. They started dancing. It got to that part in the scene, and I've lost track.
Yeah. By the way, and maybe this will bring you back in some way. I'm not sure, but
probably something will in a minute.
This will not. This would not qualify for a PG-13 because doing Greek in the security context, no clue. But prostitution, it means butt fucking.
Yeah.
So
great conversation.
No, it's gonna be an R-rated one, man.
Yeah. Great conversation. They Vigilante's sense of humor in this show, he never means to be as funny as he is, which is the best part. Mm-hmm. The timing they use for him though, where he just waits that extra second to be like, yeah, but that did sound like, which is odd because I think I've heard on that podcast, Freddie Stroma has said a few times that he doesn't the comedy part feels like a stretch for him. But I don't know what to tell you, bro. You're doing great at it.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing: is I love the version of Vigilante that James Gunn has created here. But every once in a while, every couple episodes, I think back to the comic book version of Vigilante and Adrian Chase, which was very closely done in Arrow with the guy who turns out to be Prometheus in season 5. He was Adrian Chase. Yeah. And they also had Vigilante in that season, but he turned out to not be Adrian Chase because they did a little switcheroo on us. But that version, that balls to the wall, let's nail these motherfuckers version of this DA, Adrian Chase, is very much who Vigilante was in the old Teen Titans comics. Yeah. So there is
like a scuba diver.
I mean, he's wearing almost the exact same fucking outfit.
I know, and somehow it just looks goofier on the pages.
It does a little bit, but I can't help it. Every couple episodes, as I'm watching this version of Vigilante on Peacemaker, there's a piece of me that mourns.
The serious one? The serious version?
Yeah. There's a piece of me that's just oh.
That's fine. I think in this context, you can just list it under anticipation for now. I think you're going to get plenty of time with it.
Really?
I mean, not a lot of time with like the big serious version. I just mean like I think there are glimpses. Like I just go back to like the white supremacy ass beating last season.
Mm-hmm.
I think all I need is a couple of those. I just need Vigilante to occasionally put the mask on, do something very serious, and I'm good for a while.
Yeah. I think it would be very, very, very cool if we go over to this other universe and Vigilante is that character. Like if he is like this very serious like DA motherfucker whose, family gets wiped out or whatever and, just finally cracks. I don't know. Like
well, there's almost no version that he all right, so if you do anything different whatsoever, it's going to be interesting with this because this Adrian is so fucking weird.
Uh-huh.
This
Adrian is very weird.
What if he goes to the new version and it's just a well-adjusted Adrian or just like a guy who is kind of like hyperspectrum like this guy is, but did a lot of, work in therapy and kind of has a lot of coping mechanisms around that and acts pretty normal when you look at him,
Mm-hmm.
So like he just gets into a guy who's like, oh, this guy has like no awkwardness in his life. He's got like rapport and friends. Like he would clock this as like, oh, he has rapport with 7 people. But it would be a little different the way he would clock it. But even that, just what if you met him and he was normal? Would be bizarre for this Adrian.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
I would
like,
love it.
here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm getting to though is I get when because I do occasionally see someone complain about why they could have named this guy anything and they didn't have to ruin Vigilante. And I get that, but like there's like 3 of us, y'all. Like legitimately there's like 3 of us who are like, oh man, we really love Vigilante.
You actually know that version?
Fucking Teen Titans in the 1980s. Yes, I have that run in my basement. Absolutely. I mourn it. I want it. Same time, having a great time with this guy. You just gotta let it go. Try to let it go, y'all. I know it hurts. But, you can't, like...
I really do think you'll be able to fill that tank with a couple moments. Just here and there.
Yeah. It's just,
It's not going to be everything you wanted. But.
It's not exactly. And I get what James Gunn is doing, and I would do that with other characters I don't care about. Like, there are tons of characters in the comics that I don't have any interest in. And I'd be like, yeah, I'll fuck with that character. I don't care. Like, I'm sure, like, I would do something with Crazy Quilt.
No, Peacemaker is... exactly that. You wouldn't have given a fuck about that, and now you're watching a show about him.
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing, though, about Peacemaker. As a character, like... See, to me, there are differences. There's like, here's Peacemaker. I don't give a fuck about Peacemaker himself in the comics.
No history whatsoever. I have never given a shit. Barely knew he existed.
He's a boring character. The only interesting thing about him is his psychological obsession with peace and the fact that he thinks that it's hilarious. The whole concept is just
peace by any means.
Peace by any means. Like I'll kill everybody for peace.
Yeah,
that's fun. That's funny. Gunn is adding spokes to the wheel here for Peacemaker.
Yeah, he rounded it out.
Now, some people could say yes, the same is true of Vigilante. To me, he just changed the character entirely, and that's okay because there's, like I said, there's like 3 people who know who Vigilante is, and I'm one of them. Mm-hmm. Not really, but this, a very small group.
That is a good point. There's going to be a small amount of people like yourself who are worried that this version is very much different than your comic book version that you're used to.
Mm-hmm.
There are way more who are vaguely still familiar with the Arrow version who are like, well, this isn't quite it.
Right.
Y'all are going to be swamped by those people.
Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing. It's like, you don't want to do exactly what Arrow just did. I mean, the only thing that they really changed was that he turned out to be like a real villain at the end.
Well, yeah. But even still, both of you combined are still a ridiculously small minority.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I get the annoyance, but at the same time, there is something there that's like stings a little bit, but then I'm laughing at something Adrian does and I don't care anymore.
True. Yeah.
It's odd.
Or may I present to you the best Adrian scene ever? That fucking crying.
Yeah, that was dope.
I cried with him. Not kidding. Like I normally exercise during this. I had to stop for a second because it like my chest tightened and I got a tear out. Like that motherfucker got me.
Yeah, and it's not only because he's lost Chris. It's because Chris called Ad's bestie in the text.
Mm-hmm.
And only texted her after only writing her the letter. Like Adrian just got like,
it's a complete body slam. But
layers of confirmation that he's not Peacemaker's best friend.
Well, there's a lot for him in that in the breakdown. Like it's layers and layers of that. But that's also the kind of stuff that he faces that every day. I don't think that's gonna. I think he'll look past that. Tomorrow he'll just go back to this is my best friend and that's what matters to me. Maybe not though. That was rough. But same time, that is all that matters to him. That was his best friend. That is his world. That is the only person on it that he actually cares about in any real way, and that person just vanished and locked the door behind them. And did so in a way that made you feel like whatever it was y'all had only meant something to you.
Yep.
And like that breakdown, and then to fall on ads on top of that, and then watch her behind him when he's breaking down, like she's feeling how bad he's feeling for a sec. That fucking scene killed me, man. They did a great job with that.
They did.
His sobbing is so fucking real, dude. Like it's like I've seen and had that breakdown where it's just something in your soul went, oh, this is never going to be right again. Like it's rough,
man. Yeah,
great.
It was
job.
a good scene. It was a great scene.
Great,
absolutely. How did you feel about Sasha Bordeaux being a cyborg here?
Very cool.
Let's see. They said she was in a plane crash. Mm-hmm. I don't remember the specifics. I almost said the Pacifics.
It was in the Pacific, or it was in the Atlantic.
Yeah, I don't remember the specifics. In the comics, she was turned into a cyborg and became an OMAC.
Ooh, okay.
After being infected with nanites by Brother Eye during the Infinite Crisis event.
There's nothing here that would be incompatible.
And her infection was partial and left her with free will, a stark contrast to the other OMACs. But
I mean, in this context, she's using her free will to be a bit of a douche to Chris, so I could see OMAC.
Yeah. I saw some people very excited about Brother Eye, though.
Yeah.
And I was like, And I thought it was an interesting, I don't know, insinuation possibly. Like I would love to, I should have asked James Gunn the question. He probably wouldn't have answered it, but I wish I could have been like, hey man, so does this mean Brother Eye? Because that would be very interesting considering how closely all that shit lines up with the version of Max Lord you said ain't happening. So like, I kind of want to know like, how does that play? You know, like not in any kind of accusatory way, just like, but all of that OMAC and Brother Eye stuff was very closely tied in with, evil Max Lord who shot Blue Beetle in the face.
Yeah.
And you know, as with anything here, you know, Gunn is going to cherry pick what he likes and dislikes. And I was wondering if the fact that she became a cyborg because she was in a plane crash, because I don't remember her being in a plane crash in the comics. Not saying she wasn't. I just don't remember it. There's a lot of shit to remember in the comics.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I just don't. Man, I kind of want to.
I feel like that would be just grabbing two pieces are out of place. One, yeah, he said I don't want to use that version of Maxwell Lord. This guy's going to be like a gray area at worst financier. That's the version he wants to play with. Guy who
this
can tell
version,
jokes
it was
if he needs to.
It was Simon Stagg who shot Blue Beetle in the face this time.
Yeah. Magnus has always been a bit of a dick. Let's make him do it.
Oh, Will Magnus.
Yeah, like this version, I don't think he's going to mess with that. I don't.
Fucking pulling up the metal, man. Jesus Christ.
Just needed a rich dude who's kind of a dick for an example.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's that, and I don't think he wants to fuck with anything Batman adjacent yet. I wouldn't pull that out of the bag yet. Like, it's just not time. She's a cyborg. She can sit around for a while. You can bench that. We can bring her back a little bit later. I just don't think it'll be time to do it yet.
Yeah.
There could be a really cool backstory involving all that.
Yeah, I'm just curious. By the way, did you notice that in the podcast he says he promised Rooker that playing Red Saint Wild won't go against Rooker playing someone else in the DCU later?
Oh yeah, they made mountains of it. And which is funny is Rooker even says, "Oh, they're going to take this and say that I'll come back." He kind of mumbles that, and the first article I saw was like exactly that. Yeah, Gunn says Rooker not done completely. Yeah, he didn't say that. He just said that you never quite saw a body, and they were excited about the fact that it's still technically possible.
Right. He said that he said that yes, he never saw a body for Red Saint Wild, but he also actively stated in the episode that he promised Rooker this does not mean that he won't play somebody else in the DCU.
Yes, he did explicitly make that promise, and they said, so they said that Saint Wild isn't. I mean, he's going to be fingerless, even if he is.
Yeah, but he might not be Satan Wild.
Yeah. But they left him open in like a couple capacities. And he will be back though. It's Rooker.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. So that frees up Rooker to have been Savant in the Suicide Squad.
True.
That's also like a thing that I'm very, very weirdly okay with. If you look at comic books, how often people just look like people are drawn the same over and over again. Like,
God, yeah.
Superman looks like Batman, and if you like if you look at an Ed Bennis book, for Christ's sake, there's like I like Ed Bennis, but his Black Canary in the face looks like his Huntress. I mean, and they both look like Barbara Gordon and.
Like most superheroes, if you just stripped away all the colors and accoutrement, is just kind of like vaguely like 6 to 8, non-colored faces that are rearranged a lot. Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of a Taco Bell menu of rearrangery.
Oh man, why'd you say that?
It's because it just kind of looks like the same couple dudes. But like that's not even a dig at the industry. It's just like when I'm drawing early comics. You can only get so much detail, and I only need so much fucking detail. Just draw a face and
right. No,
throw the costume on.
You don't understand. I don't disagree with your point at all.
Which part of that did you just?
But now, when we get off of the show, I'm really going to have to fight to not go get Taco Bell.
I haven't had it in a while. That might
oh man, they're doing the Y2K era stuff. Then they got the caramel apple empanadas again.
I tried one. It was all right, but I never could get my hands back on.
Nah, fuck you. It was great.
It was all right.
All right, my ass. Fuck you. It's a magical, mystical thing.
I'll try again.
That's fucking.
Most of the other the decades menu, when I looked at it for the most part, I was like, yeah. I see why that's not here.
Yeah. Well, now they're just doing the Y2K
People
decade.
Angry at me, yelling Mexi Melt as we speak. It's a bunch of slightly dressed up tomatoes in a tortilla.
I remember this. I was dating this girl, and we had gone to Taco Bell. She didn't want to brush her teeth or anything. She was trying to start making out, and I was like, I kind of recoiled a bit, and I was like, no. She was like, what's wrong? I was like, you smell like a Mexi Melt. She said, you're ruining the mood. I'm like, no, madam, I pray you did.
No, the Maxi Melt ruined the mood. I was only here for it. I'm only reporting on the incident, I assure you.
Like, the mood can be restored. Go brush your teeth.
Yeah.
For the love of God.
So the imagery that we've invoked here, I'll go directly to my favorite line from the episode, and you may understand why. The imagery we get there is the thing about Economos saying I had her mangled pre-op photo as the background on my phone for a year.
I didn't make my brain.
Yeah, I didn't make my brain. I forget how exactly he says it, but the way he said even the bit about like, I had her mangled pre-op photo on the background of my phone for a year or whatever. That one hit me, and it was one of those laughs that hit me, and then it hit me again as I kept hearing it. And then as he said, like, I didn't make my brain. It was like the third wave hit me, and it was like I was standing in the ocean just trying to get my bearings. And by that third one knocked me down. I had to pause the episode and go back a few seconds. I'm just standing alone in my basement watching this episode and hauled over laughing. Love it when I'm actually alone and have to stop because I'm laughing. Those are great.
Yeah. I don't think I actively laughed the entire episode, but I generally don't when I'm alone. Like if I'm just sitting there, like, I don't know, like I get like a weird thing where I just like, I don't know, fucking Joker smile. I just sit there and Joker smile at shit. Yeah. Because I'm just like soaking it in.
All crushed up and Argus replaced half her body with machinery. Jesus, okay. Yeah, I hate her so much. I used a pre-op photo of her mangled body as the screensaver on my phone for a while. That's fucked up. Well, I'm not the one who made my brain. And then she just moves on. Whatever. We have to get Chris. Like, they're just fine with him. They're good with him.
Yeah. I get it. More than you know.
This is still a person like that changed nothing about her with her relationship with John. That was fine going in, fine leaving.
Yeah. I mean, she's running around picking bar fights with people.
I know. I it's hard not to like the 11th Street Kids though. Like she didn't find that particularly out of scope for John. That's fucked up, but not completely unexpected.
I'm hoping this episode marks the end of
Oh, yeah. For me, just looking somebody directly in the eyes is an act of heroism.
Yeah. I hope this episode marks the end of Harcourt just sitting around scowling.
I don't think she's complete. She's got some asses that need kicked. I think that's going to be an arc for the season.
I'm fine with asses needing kicked.
The sitting around part, I think you're done with.
Yeah, like I am tired of just seeing her sit around and scowl in general. I'm like, okay, let's be proactive. Let's go get Chris back. Finally, let's like move towards something positive with her.
All right. I'll grant you that. I'll give you it. And I'm excited for that too. I will though suggest though that last shot, her flashback when she's doing at the funeral when she promises over her shoulder to kill him and then hits back. I will submit that as the swan song and a great one of the sitting and scowling.
Yeah. Now I also want to be
went out like an absolute queen.
I also want to be clear. This is not me complaining about an element of the show necessarily. This is me being invested in the character's arc.
Yeah, you're ready for it to keep going.
I'm ready for her to move on.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Her life is shit. Waller fucked her. Lost her best friend. Might be kind of in love with the guy who killed her best friend. Fuck. Lots of shit. Okay. It sucks. Let's move on.
Yeah, but now you want some action. Take all that random dudes in bar ass beating energy and go fuck up another universe for a minute.
Yeah.
Possibly a Nazi one.
Could be a lot of fun, y'all.
I am really, even as we've talked, I'm starting to buy into it. I think I'm at like the 45% mark.
No. By the way, I love that the lame excuse that economists came up with for Red St. Wild to like scapegoat. Oh, there's another eagle that made him think it was the prime eagle. Mm-hmm. It was just foreshadowing to what actually happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I think even when they're talking about it, like AG's like, yeah, for him, that was just bullshit. But like, no, it does turn out in the reality of Peacemaker. Eagly is fucking special. Mm-hmm. And great story arc with Red St. So that was a goal Gunn had for the season was Eagly. He thought, man, Eagly's such a great character. I want him to have his own villain. Let's make a little story arc for Eagly too. And to give it its due in this episode, I cared very much about Eagly's subplot in this episode.
Uh-huh.
There was a whole ass beat. There was an entire arc with an eagle. Hats off or whatever to D. Bradley Baker for making me really understand what this eagle is trying to get across all the time.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, like there's a whole fucking story with it. Like I love the little bit where the fox runs away and you get to see the eagle kind of twist its head like, huh, this motherfucker's out to get me, huh? Like,
uh-huh.
I understood that eagle understood that on some level and went, oh, And then, yeah, I guess he gathered his friends. And the scene, it's a wonderful scene. They all come together, the swooping, the way Eagly lands and just sort of is clearly in charge of the room. God, he got a great fucking, it was a great grab.
Yeah. It did give me, unfortunately, some flashbacks to Catwoman in Batman Returns being gnawed and imbued the powers of the cat. And you know what I'm talking about?
I do now. I didn't get that, but yeah. I think Red St. Wild just died by eagle, but
yeah. Here's the thing, though, is like,
oh, there's voodoo chips in the snack machine here. Good job, guys.
It retroactively made Batman Returns work better for me. Because I'm just like, oh no, fuck it. In the DC universe, animals can just be imbuing motherfuckers with their prime powers. Like there's a prime cat somewhere that made her Catwoman. Fine, I'm okay with it.
Ooh, you brought up the red recently, didn't you? So
I did, yeah. I sure did.
And let's just go ahead and headcanon that as being the explanation for the Burtonverse Catwoman.
Yeah. Which I'm pretty sure Burton would scoff at and say, I don't fucking read comics.
Then we're doing the work for you and you should thank us.
Yep.
Timmy.
Oh. How do you feel about Eagly being the prime eagle?
I love it. Big fan. The silly term for it to turn out to be real. I doubt that's what Eagly would call it.
Right.
I don't know what to think about the phrasing there, but like the concept that Eagly really genuinely is able to do things that eagles cannot do is fantastic and completely warranted given the show.
Yeah. I stumbled upon some article. Someone was trying to get James Gunn in trouble for cultural appropriation and copyright infringement because that prime eagle symbol looks similar to like a real symbol used by some Native American tribe somewhere. And like even like they actually like went out of their way to interview the guy and like the main person in charge or whatever of that representation of that tribe or something. And they were like, yeah, that doesn't really, I wouldn't say that was infringement.
Yeah, I'd be surprised to see. I mean,
It's similar.
it would be hard to make a case for, like, most religious symbols are meant to be used over and over again. That's the very point.
Yeah.
So if it's in any capacity that's religious or even quasi-religious, I would assume it get very hard to make a copyright case.
Yeah. But like the copyright case, they didn't really have anything on. So like even though they included it in the article was mostly like, is Gunn wrong for doing the cultural appropriation? I mean, he hung the lantern on it, but no. I'm like,
It's not even, no. That's not, no. You're no. Hanging a lantern is when you do something and as the sidebar you go, yeah, I know it can also be seen this way. And I'm just going to make a wink at it. That's a Paul McCartney wink. No. What he did here was plan a character called Captain Cultural Appropriation.
Yeah.
That is not a wink.
But then he made it real.
Yeah.
In universe.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the thing that he was appropriating was real and killed him for his sins.
Maybe. But even then, I guess, like, I would still kind of argue that he's really just a sorcerer that's got a really bad habit of using indigenous language that he shouldn't use.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like the thing that he's putting on his head and shit, the little eagle symbol, like it existed supernaturally and was represented behind Eagly, but then Eagly and his friends tore the fuck out of him. Like gave him a new asshole.
Yeah. And even then, like I saw that as his perspective of, you know, him getting in touch with whatever he thought was divine in his last moments. But it extrinsically means nothing. I don't have to believe that Eagly thinks anything of that symbol or saw it himself. Eagly doesn't think he's going to be Nightwing or whatever that thing is supposed to be.
It does. It does look like Nightwing.
Very much does.
And that's funny because I've always like when they started using that symbol on Nightwing in the animated series, I believe, or in the new Batman Adventures, I went, why does it now look like he's Native American? Because that kind of looks like a Native American symbol there.
It does.
Of some sort.
I think it's the fact that the head's at complete, like that complete whatever turn, half turn, whatever profile thing. It's like in any kind of glyph situation, so you end up with like several cultures that have that association. I don't know, man. It coded that way to me too, though.
Yeah, and I think what they were like looking at it though, I think they were trying to do like the modern day Nightwing symbol that was going on. That was like the blue streamlined, bird shape. But I think they tried to like simplify it for one thing for animation. But then I feel like they wanted to add what read to me as like Native American fringe on the ends of it with those lines. I think they were trying to like do a cross between what was then the modern day Nightwing and the old 1980s Nightwing that had like the little boxes.
Yeah.
The little yellow boxes. I think they were just trying to do some combination of it, and it just wound up looking Native American. And then it also was worse because they gave him like a 90s like mullet. That was very like prominent with like any Native American character that you came across in the 90s.
Right. And his already drawn to be dark, or either that black or sometimes they'd color it as blue. It's going to be the same color when you read the comic, though, as every other dark-haired person there.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. You got anything else? I think I'm done. I think I've got nothing else.
I do have a couple. Let me shoot over a couple scenes.
Sure.
So that fight, one particular spot of that fight, I was trying to click ahead to wherever it was, but it'll show up. When he comes after, when he comes after Peacemaker, when he's just about to kill fucking Peacemaker, is what I'm getting at.
Come on, Rick.
Yeah. All right. So that scene is one of the ones that this had to happen. This was something that I've been waiting on since the season started because it had to happen to advance things. I think I'm right here where you are with hardcore, maybe. It was time for Rick to punch Chris Smith in the face a few times and then them talk so that the rest of this can keep going. I understand how we got here, but I'm glad it happened so we can keep going. And it was brutal, and genuinely, I don't think he was going to stop until Sasha pops up in that room. I think he dies in that room.
Mm-hmm.
And the other fun part is, I think Peacemaker lets himself die in that room. Like, I don't think he was going to stop him.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
That was my read of it, at least. Now, and interestingly, on the podcast, they kind of bring up like who wins in a fight, like if Chris is really trying, and they kind of hem and haw like, I don't know, maybe we need to keep watching.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's an insinuation that maybe there's going to be a rematch here, and that maybe Chris is actually going to punch back this time, which leads me to think that maybe Rick's plot for revenge. And by the way, there's another part in like the peace thoughts or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Cena kind of ends that saying like Rick's stuff is getting out of control and it's dangerous. Like, yeah, the thought is that Rick's search for vengeance is going to be a major antagonizing thing, like something that has to be stopped in this series. So over the next couple episodes, somebody's going to have to put it down or him down in whatever capacity that comes.
Yeah, so, he's going to have to get over his shit to some degree.
Might be that Peacemaker is going to have to punch it out of him a little bit.
Yeah. I'm very curious. Like, I had thought, like, look, if we're going to keep getting Rick Flag, which I don't know that we are, like, we don't have...
The way they talk to him in, like, behind the scenes, I always get the sense that he's meant to be around for a while going forward.
Mm-hmm. But that might be...
But yeah, Gunn could just do that to us.
Yeah. I could see Rick Flag just having to die.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting, the idea that like Rick Flag has to forgive Peacemaker, but more importantly, Peacemaker has to forgive Peacemaker, and he hasn't done that yet.
Oh, not at all. I think he might after that beating, and you know this is his amends. Like he came in, he said everything. By the way, the knee to the head, where he's like under that windowsill, the interrogation room windowsill.
Yeah, that was rough.
He busts the sheetrock. Like I paused it to look at it, and like they. Maybe they used the same like dummy. I wonder if they used the same dead dummy they used from earlier. But anyway, that is a real fucking shot. He puts his whole ass back into that fucking knee. Ooh, that is rough to watch. But like it'd be hard not to take that beating and not walk away thinking, okay, man, I at least went in there and said everything I was supposed to say. He did. He apologized. It's all he could do now.
Mm-hmm.
He's tried to run around the universe to get away from what's going to be left. If no one, and his point is not. It's hard not to take his point. He's done everything he possibly can here. Maybe if he just gets to start over there, he can just do something good and like just maybe there's no fucking point here.
Yeah, I mean, Harcourt's giving him the boot,
and she verifies, by the way, the thing that, and I did like that moment where he says, "I understand."
Yeah,
they were all right. So we've confirmed that the boat, all that was romantic. It wasn't some red herring, and. Like they slept together on the boat is probably the story. It's just that simple. And it's going to be that. And she tells him here, the fact that you killed Rick will never be something I can get over. It just is what it is. And I get that. I respect that. Cool. All right, we've got that moment. But again, for 5 episodes now, this is why I love this episode so much. A lot of cathartic moments, stuff I've wanted for the 5 episodes. Great build up. I've enjoyed the whole ride, but I needed all these moments to happen, and I got them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense.
Well, that's great. And then you saw the previews of the next one. Like we're going to get to go to the next universe. I did something I really appreciate. We're not going to do a lot of hemming and hawing where they just can't get there and the crews are separated. Looks like next episode we're going to be 10 minutes in and these people have found him and we're going.
Yeah, looks like it.
I like
get him in there.
I like the momentum.
Man, I just want the next 3 right now.
I know.
Like right now.
I get it. I'm gonna obsessively go back through a bunch of episodes and look for ashtrays and shit a little bit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. This is about as excited as I get for any show as it comes on. It's like 6, 7, 8 right now is about as much as I want to see anything. I know this is what my voice sounds like when I'm that excited, but that's about as keen as I get to be like, fuck me, where the fuck are we going with this?
You're like the vocal equivalent of David Duchovny's face.
Yes, just as expressive.
We mentioned it before Peacemaker premiered. Now that we're about halfway through, or a little more than halfway through,
we're over the halfy mark. Yeah.
How do you feel? Was Superman or Peacemaker better?
Oh God.
Because I was saying I was more excited for Peacemaker than Superman before.
Right now, it's really hard not to say tied because I'm right in the thick of Peacemaker. It's been as satisfying as everything I was hoping for. It's just longer. Mm-hmm. Overall, I really am leaving with the same, experience of joy right now.
Yeah.
And Peacemaker, for what it's worth, is like kind of leaving me with similar tones. Give or take a few dick flops. It's not been it's been a different environment to be in mentally a lot, to be over in the Peacemaker world than the like what the hey dude world of Superman. But
Yeah.
Leaving it, like when you leave Superman with that feeling of like, God, I actually want to be a better person. Like right now I'm kind of leaving Peacemaker with the same feeling. Like these are people that I like spending time with. They're people I respect, people that are trying to do good things. So far, it's been the same universe to me in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it has felt like the same universe to me. But here's the thing: is like I have liked Peacemaker more. It's felt more like a meal to me.
Ooh, yeah, more protein that way. But again, we get more time with it to build.
I know, and that's what I love. I love that that kind of stuff.
This is a graphic novel, and you really did get a weekly with Superman, and this is a graphic.
Yeah, absolutely. And as much as I do sit and kind of go like, oh man, I just wish they'd go ahead and move on, and I wish they'd do this, and that's part of like the anticipation for me with TV shows. And this is hopefully anyone who's listened long enough to like remember when we were doing our Arrowverse reviews, like there's something markedly different about how I'm talking about this show.
Oh God, yeah. They're at the very height of the CW, like when The Flash had a man in the mask, like when that was genuinely good television for a second. You can hear us speak that well of it.
Yeah.
But then you can, us talking about an episode of Peacemaker, it's just that's the tenor the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah. I have really enjoyed it. Even in my down moments with Peacemaker, I've just like my only big issue is I wanted more.
Yeah. Yeah. So far, the main criticism has been that we haven't gotten to this episode. And now we have. So I've been pretty pleased with this one in particular.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, that apartment they're in is so shitty. Or the motel or whatever. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Should be condemned. There's like mold in the corners of every single spot of the room.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I just want more of the show, man. Anyway, yeah. I'll stop saying that. We will come back, of course, next week with our review of 206. I keep wanting to say 306. Me and Matt and I just wrapped up Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and they're on season 3. So I'm stuck in a 3 where I'm like, 305, 306. No, damn it. Shut the fuck up, you loser. Mm-hmm. It's 2. It's 2. I'm incredibly harsh with myself, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not fun in this brain.
The inner shame is real. Ooh, we should wrap up in general, but by the way, Harcourt taking down Peacemaker was fantastic too.
Oh, it was great. And I love the copacetic stuff that she was warning him.
God, copacetic. God, shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that, I love the way he was just like, he was playing with the dogs. He's hanging out with kids. He's running around.
Oh, yeah. That was just to stay out of, or make sure he's always obstructing the view. It's great.
Yeah, you forget that he is actually good at what the fuck he does.
Yeah, but they had a little bit, like when she's getting in the car and she says like, you better ring the whole time. You're like, you can't take down the Peacemaker with these people. Like she's just giving them an honest score.
Uh-huh.
You can't take down the Peacemaker with like these 6 people. You have teams, right? But then, yeah, and then by the way, if you want a great conversation about that, please do go listen to their podcast about like they spent a lot of time talking about how Hardcore like prepped for like felt like she needed some more muscle mass just to even make that scene look right, like because she knew there was going to be a scene. Like it's a cool discussion.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Anyway,
yeah, we should.
Thank you guys for listening.
I could go over every line of this episode. It was great.
Alrighty, well. If you enjoyed what you heard here and you want to throw some support our way, patreon.com/DC on screen. You can become a free member and just talk to the community and stuff and get the public posts that I throw up, some social media stuff from time to time. Or you can do $1 a month and that gets you every one of these episodes ad free. But then $5 a month gets you everything plus exclusive episodes when we decide to put them up. And I've also started a Substack if you want to go check out my writing and what I'm working on other than DC on Screen. And that is davidcrobertson.substack.com. There is a link in the show notes. And we'll be back next week with the next episode of Peacemaker and our review of it. Anything else?
Nope. Very satisfying. Let's do next week. Same time? Sound good?
I don't know about the same time. I'd love to get it up a little earlier.
That's fair. All right, we'll see you in about 6 days then.
All right. Well, Jason, I love you. Thank you.
Love you.
For being on the show with me, as always. And thank you all for listening. Until next time, keep some DC on your screen.
Bye.